and then you holding it, and then you don't realize what's going on. You're getting caught up in going against the trend.
Exactly. And I got caught up in that today, man. Like I said, usually, like I said, man, like my moves are quick, and I thought I had a problem. Like, oh yeah, like that, I'm definitely gonna get 15 on this. This thing been running up for the past 2 hours. It got to come down at some point. That thing hit my trend line. I got in, shot right back up. So now I actually flipped right back the calls and made my money right back plus some, but I couldn't make that alert that quick. So, but like I said, I'm learning too, man. I shouldn't have fought it. You know, I should have waited for it and just gotten some more and gotten some calls. But hey, I'll be better next week on it.
So, hey,
You did a good job, though.
Yeah, one thing I will say, and I know
thank you.
One thing I will say, I know everybody probably realized this: Apple is not a stock to play games with. When Apple is doing what it did today, you know what the rest of the market 9 times out of 10 is gonna do. You see what Apple did? It pulled back after earnings, and literally Apple ran up all day, and it took the whole market with it, tech with it.
All day, and I went right along with Apple.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
Good stuff.
I grabbed some Apple shares about a week and a half or so ago. So I think I'm up like maybe $700 or something like that on it, but that's long term. So I'm gonna do some cover calls on
Nice.
that. Make some more easy bread.
I ain't even noticed till the end of the market. I made 3 trades this morning. I was done by 10. I ain't even noticed Amazon went up all day. Apple went up all day.
Yeah.
But
I grabbed some Amazon too, made a few $100.
Yeah, there was no IB crush. So even people that swung calls on Apple and Apple pulled back, you know, Apple was green by open. And that tells you how strong Apple was. Even with their earnings call, whatever, Apple was really strong. And then Apple literally ran up all day. Like they were buying it with just higher volume all day.
you know what didn't go up? Meta.
Yeah, Meta didn't go up. Amazon had a nice recovery though. Amazon,
Nah,
you guys look
Meta
out
like a rock.
Yeah, Amazon is a stock you guys want to be looking out for. I think Amazon is going to be something a lot of people are going to be looking at buying.
I bought some more shares of that, and I'm up already.
I grabbed 100 shares today.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna rock out. Amazon gonna go.
I didn't do all that. I only bought 20 shares. Okay, though. Okay.
Still, it's all good.
I'm trying.
That 20 shares still gonna make you some money, so it's all good.
X. Yo. Yeah, today I had that done by 10. Let me live my life.
Yeah.
That type of stuff.
That's what I did.
Green got out.
Yeah, see now, Jordan, the only reason why I traded for like another hour, I was done by lunchtime, is because I told myself, I was like I told myself, and I've been trying to get better at this. I know I got a cutoff time, but if you see the opportunity, especially when there's a trending day, you got to take advantage of that, especially in this market. Yeah. The market literally, if you were in SPY calls or SPX, you know what I'm talking about. When they have like those days where the trend is just riding at 9 or whatever trend line you drawing, just is pulling back and just going right back up. You got to take advantage of those type of days. You know what I'm saying? You got to, but you have to.
It's been like in the past couple of weeks, I feel like there was like 2 or 3 of those exact days where it was just running. And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Man, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. And it never did, man. So I got to get better at identifying those days and riding it. I'm not good at that yet, but I'm going to get better, though, for sure. Because it was like, I know it's been like 3 of those days where it's like, man, it's just not coming back to earth. So, you know, figure out a way to play those days, Quinn, and you're going to make so much more money.
Yeah, those days are kind of like, I think those come with experience. Like you kind of can like tell. I feel like by like 10:30, 11 o'clock, if like, you know, if they're still like just a continuing uptrend, higher lows and higher highs being formed, it's like, okay, they may just be trying to push this. So there's a name for that. There's a terminology for that. I know, I forgot. Somebody was telling me there's a name, like, Jordan, I don't know if you know, there's like a technical name for that when like the trend is just up or down all day, straight line. There's a terminology they use in a market.
I don't know if you're talking about it like going parabolic per se.
No, it's not. You know, like some people say, like there's like gap and goes, then there's open breakouts. There's there's a title for like a trending day in the market where it just trends either one way or the other. There's a term that I've heard before. I have to do some research and get back to you, but there's an actual term that
You got some ideas in there. Yeah, bull run, rally.
Yeah.
Is it impulse, Kim? Is it impulse? I don't know. I call it a money day.
I just call it a money day. I just call it whatever. The easiest days where
And
those days where people go heavy. The trend days, yeah. That's when
trending. So yeah, bro. I was on that Dogecoin too, though. Let me go look at it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Doge is a nice
Hope y'all
little catch.
Bro. Yeah,
Hey,
bro.
Jordan.
What's up?
Hey, I put in the class ideas about trading crypto.
Yes.
Did you read that?
Yes, we could do a class on trading crypto as soon as I learn how to teach it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I'm just figuring it out, but I done made some
Yeah.
money on it, but it's
Oh,
some things I don't know enough yet to be able to teach. So, but like learning leverage and because there's some things that it's not like options, and so yeah, I'm not gonna speak anymore on it because I think Raj Raj probably can teach on it.
Yeah, crypto futures, on futures specifically, because I can just show you how to make some money with it, but I can't really explain nothing else. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
what's a crypto?
Yeah, I
I
can show you
don't
how
know
to
what
get
it
it out of some
is.
contracts, and
I can show you how to make a bag.
I can't teach it, but I can show you how to get a bag.
Bruh. That's how I used to be with options too, bro. They was like, yeah, so like before I really understood like the Greeks, they was like, yeah, can you teach me about the Greeks? I'm like, nah. I can't. I don't know.
That's how I be
But look,
feeling,
I
bro.
can tell you this.
People be like, Quinn, man, can you what's this like can you tell me about the EMA this, EMA strategy? Nah, bro. All I got trend lines. Like that's all I got.
I got for you.
I don't know about no Bollinger Band bounce. No, man. I don't know.
Hey, bro, is your
I
goal
try to get a
Bollinger
bag though.
Band bounces? Or
I
is
try
your
to get a
goal
bag.
money? Is it money or do you care about the money or the Greeks?
That's what I'm talking about. What you care about?
What you care about? What really matter to you?
I don't be knowing none of this stuff. Somebody sent me a message saying, yeah, man, like I play PMHs and whatever. I was like, what? What's that? Pre-market high. I'm like, oh, that's what that means. I was like, pre-market. I was like, okay, I got you. Okay, I don't understand a little.
I used to feel bad, but it was just like it'll be a lot of stuff that was going. It takes something to like really go over my head where I completely don't know. I'm like, bro, I mean, I made money.
I don't know. I ain't even embarrassed. I'm like, nah. You like, man, like, do you do like a fib retracement? I'm like, nah. I don't even know how to set one up. I know you got to pick the high point and the low point and like just, but I don't know how to set it up the right way. I have no idea.
It might. One of the things is like I'm starting to, because I'm always open though, right? Like even in not knowing, I'll be like, all right, let me check it out. You know what I'm saying? And see if it might help, because it might. You know what I'm saying? Like looking at that stuff Kim be posting with the Elliott wave, I'm like, okay, I see how I could have held this trade longer if I saw visually, like a prediction. That's the biggest thing I'm looking at with that. There's a lot of stuff out there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But not so much that I'm finna go learn it all. But I'm gonna try to, mix and match some stuff, bro. Quinn, what you and your wife and your daughter's gonna be for Halloween?
Oh man, bro, we got it all. Batman.
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 So Batman.
Catwoman, Robin, and Harley Quinn. It's tough too, bro. We got legit.
I'm
My
gonna
shit
see it
custom
on
too.
I'm gonna see it on Instagram, Facebook.
Yes, sir. We going up with it.
Man,
Nobody don't even
my
know yet. We don't even tell people until like, you know what I'm saying? We drop
dang.
hints and stuff. But yeah, man. So you the first to know.
Me and the other 55
You
folks
the
on here.
55 on a yeah.
Dang, bro. Me and my daughter, we gonna go. I'm gonna be me. She gonna be Casper.
Ah, that's good. I was about to say what what who?
She- yeah, I ain't got no kids.
I was what? I was like, what?
Yeah, bro. Man, I'm uh I'm really excited, bro, for like what's to come for the rest of the year. Cause we working, bro. I don't even know
I
how to
believe
put
it.
we working.
I believe it.
Boy,
I believe it, man.
man.
I got a question. I got a question for Quinn and Jordan real quick. I know y'all
Talk to
probably
Quinn.
a lot of y'all. I know you guys are on social media a lot. I know a lot of you guys follow like the heavy hitters and stuff in the game. Why do you think everyone is pushing futures trading now? Is it because just the volatility in the stock market, or because of just is you think it's really hard for retail? I see everybody pushing futures trading now and funded accounts and all this other stuff, and remember I keep telling you about this. I see everybody. It's like I noticed like when everybody was pushing like last year when everybody was pushing like
Forex.
crypto altcoins, and
Yeah.
the year before that like option trading when everybody was first introduced to it. Now I see everybody like all the big whizzes pushing futures trading.
I mean, just think about it from an aspect of the next and the newest thing, right? I mean, like it's always like a novelty to something being the next thing, and that can get attention. So I mean, because last year like Forex was the thing, man. Like towards the end of last year, because I have a thing where I talk about long-term investing. So people hitting me up, man, like, do you know about Forex? I'm just like, nah, I don't. But it was just a new thing. So I mean, I just think it's just another thing. I mean, I don't know how new it is. It's not new, but it's just the next kind of wave almost. So it's always gonna be something new that's gonna be catchy, and folks are gonna jump onto it. So I mean, I don't know more other than that, but I just know when things are new, you tend to hear about it a lot. One person talks about it, the next person picks it up, and then all of a sudden, if you follow financial people, that's all you're hearing. It's almost like a echo chamber almost. So
you're gonna start
I
seeing a
mean,
wave. You're gonna start seeing a wave of futures traders. I just think it's
but
like
I mean, it's gonna come and go. I mean, like it'll come and go. People to try it out. It'll either be form or not form, and then it'll balance itself out.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know,
Just like options trading, it'll balance it out once enough people lose enough money.
it'll balance out.
Jordan said one of the realest things he posted this on Instagram. This is one of the realest things he ever posted. Like just coming from like man to man. He said Jordan was like, I don't care how many different discords you in. You could be in 20 different discords. If you don't know how to trade, you don't know how to trade. If you don't put in the work, it'll never. I don't care how many good signal callers you have. At the end of the day, it will never work out for you. You need to learn what you're doing as well. There's so many people like that I know they're in like 10 different discords. How do you keep up with all those notifications? Are you learning anything from this entire process? So,
Man,
you have to go through the struggle, man, to get to where you want to be.
Great point. I mean, because overload, like overload of information. It's like, especially if you're new and because most people are new to this, right? It's like overload, but like you're getting five alerts a day from 5 different analysts. Man, it's moving. Most people don't even know how to effectively get in and out of contracts. Like, not when you get into the contract, like how to exit, there's so many things that go into it. And when when there's so much more information getting pushed inside of here, it slows down your reaction time. And ultimately, it's going to make you not process and effectively execute, which is going to make you lose money. So the best thing you can do is cut down the noise, man. Like I've been preaching this for the longest time. In the beginning, in this Discord, I was taking calls from everybody. I was like, anybody that called something, I was in it. Didn't matter. I'm like, nah, but until you can scale it back and find what works for you, you're gonna lose money, man. And that's the thing that I think we need to talk about a little bit more. And Jordan does a good job of this, is being efficient, but finding who works for you and simplifying it. Like I'll challenge people, just follow one analyst next week. Like don't try and take stuff from a bunch of different people. Let's just say you want to just follow Zay next week, right? Right, just try and take all of Zay's alerts, right? Just try and take it with the same dollar amount. Say, okay, I'm gonna put about $100 on every Zay trade next week. If he costs 10 of them, you know what I'm saying? Try and execute, try and get in it as close as you can to his alert, right? And then set a stop loss, set a take profit, and try that out. And trust me, once you start to mirror the win rate of one analyst, then it's gonna be like, oh, then it's gonna start to open your eyes a little bit, and it's gonna bring down anxiety, because now you're not worried about, okay, I'm gonna catch Quinn one, I'm gonna catch Zay, then I'm gonna catch Jordan's. All that anxiety makes it hard to focus. So bring down the noise. Next week, pick one analyst, just be like, all right, I'm just gonna follow Quinn, I'm just gonna follow whoever, right? And just rock out with him and see how it goes. Because if they win, let's just say they win 7 out of 10 trades. That's a profitable week. But some people will say, okay, I'm taking Quinn, I'm taking Zay, right? You might take one loser from Quinn, and he had 7 winners. You might only take the one L. And then like, okay, I took 2 calls from Zay. One was the one loser he had, and one was the winner he had. So now you jump in a little bit. You just happen to caught the 2 losers and 1 winner, and then you got discouraged, and now you missed out on what really could have been. So just try and lock in with one person, man, and just try that out for a little bit if you're struggling, and see how it goes. Simplify it.
Good idea.
I think to answer your question, to Shambi, my side, I think I haven't seen a lot of. I've seen some people talk about futures in our group. I haven't seen a lot of extra interest in it. But you're saying you see it from a lot of people on social media. I really don't be looking at other people's stuff like that enough to know. But I'll say, I think there was this big surge of Forex, really like past couple of years.
Yep.
Then options really started surging, day trade. Well, really day trading and penny stocks was like the hype and the wave. Then people was like, oh, options, that's the thing. And I think now with factoring in crypto and Forex really, and futures, but really crypto and futures, is that you're not having to deal with, like somebody just said in the chat, like you don't got to deal with theta. You don't got to deal with, delta and gamma and blah, 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 blah. It's just price. That's why I like trading crypto so much. Is 1, I don't got to deal with delta, gamma, theta, whatever. 2, it's fluid, right? I don't got to worry about gaps in the market either. Nope, and I can swing or whatever. I don't got to think about gapping up tomorrow on the crypto, and it's 24/7, so crypto might be, whatever we go through this little phase of hype around futures, crypto might be the next like wave of actively trading, not just meme coins and pump chasing, because it's 24/7. If you work, if you do whatever, you could do it on your own time. Facts. No delta, no gamma, no theta, no none of that. No gap ups, gap downs for real.
Facts.
And you get bigger moves when the moves come. So you could trade normal, but like those this week, and I was like, yo, those finna go with this Twitter stuff. And it's up like 20% this week. You can get some big moves out of it too.
Yeah, I agree. I do like the no PDT. You can hold through, like, I think one thing I do like about crypto and then stuff I've been reading on futures is no PDT, no theta, no gamma, none of that. And another thing I like is how much you're actually gonna win or lose. Take your profit, put stop losses, depending on certain brokers. I guess on futures brokers, depending on who you broker with, you put your take profit and stop loss. So exactly how much you're gonna lose and how much you're gonna go. Because with options, besides the price, you got to remember about the premium. So you got to take that in consideration, how much premium you potentially lose if the trade goes against you. You can guesstimate it, but you're not for sure. Like you said, crypto is all about price action and volume.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I've just started for like 2 nights now, man. I'm just like, this is awesome. Like I said, because just the theta alone is the biggest thing for me. Like I literally get into a trade, set a stop loss, take profit. I just put my phone down. I don't care. It could take. It doesn't matter. And that's the beautiful thing about it, man. You could do it any night, man. So, like Jordan said, that's probably the next thing, man. Because for folks that are working that can't really effectively day trade, you can day trade at night.
Yeah, I like crypto. I think I like crypto too. I was a fan of crypto last year. I think a lot of people got messed up when all the altcoins and stuff, all the pump and altcoins were out, and everybody was trading all those. Like, and I think a lot of people lost a lot of money off of that and got kind of discouraged.
Yeah, man. What's crazy was I got in on some Doge, like a little hype got in. I was up like almost like 11,000 on some Doge, and I didn't take my money. And that thing like dropped.
Just like with the
rug
like
was pulled out.
It's like this,
I was like, damn.
What was like Sheep Jordan? It was what was the other one everybody was using? Like, what was it? Something called Cheddar. Like, what was the other one that
I know it was she was after Doge.
SafeMoon.
Yeah, SafeMoon was one. That was another one. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
Yeah, SafeMoon down 99% the past 12 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jeez. Taking them folks' money, snatching it.
And I think that discouraged people. They get worried about that type of stuff because they know, okay, well, with this crypto, they don't know too much about it, but everybody know what Apple is. Everybody know what Microsoft is. They know those companies, they're not going to ever go 99% down. The world will be over.
Exactly. Never.
So, at least gives them more confidence, I think.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah,
hey, man,
bro.
Where everybody else at?
What up? Oh, they in the chat, bro.
Oh, they in the chat? Oh, okay.
They in the chat. Do y'all think people will day trade the Tokyo stock market? How liquid is it? And what's the volume like? Those kind of the same question, but yeah, that's what I would be thinking about.
But they're like what, 12 hours ahead of us or something crazy?
I don't know. Ain't no liquidity in it. Ain't nobody touching that.
Yeah, but if you don't know about companies and stuff like that over there, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's not a question for me, I guess. I have no idea. Stick to the good old US of A, baby.
Hope your babies get better, Aisha. Have a great weekend. I know where DC at. DC out. I don't know, bro. We just rolling, Brody.
Yeah. Any questions? Anybody got any questions, man? Pop up.
If I get 15 people to put a fire in the chat, can Kim unmute herself?
Luther on here. Luther, you ain't want to speak?
What?
There you go.
Hey, goddamn Quinn. Hey, Quinn.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you down there in Kissimmee, man?
Yeah, Winter Garden.
Oh, you in Winter Garden?
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's the same thing.
Huh? Yeah, when my son got a football game down there, we got out for nationals.
Oh yeah.
We got which one? Learn that damn trend line break. I did make a one trade today, but I got out quick. I did a Netflix put. Just tried to trend. It did a little trend line break. I just didn't hold the motherfucker long enough to.
Don't matter. Did you win?
Yeah, I won. Yeah.
There you go. I don't be caring, man. You see, Tim. Hey, like Jordan said, 10, 15%, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
Trim. Let some runners run. Like this week was the first week I literally had a runner go over 20%. Like, and it only happened that way because the initial drop happened so fast. I had to stay in. I'm like, bro, it's out of here. It happened so quick. I'm like,
seen that drop too. I was when you
it
was
was
in,
out of
I
there.
was driving my truck. I like, God damn, that motherfucker still going.
It still was going.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I caught his ass right at the break. I got in there.
Yeah.
Jumped on him. So that made my whole week. Like just that one day, man. I made a killing that day.
Yeah, with the thing is, I be like, I seen Apple running, and I'm like, God damn, you know, this shit real. This shit ain't even look real. Apple, $5 off rip. I'm talking about. It kind of told on itself. Like right before the market opened, Apple went from 145, was just staying there. Then it went from 147. As soon as it opened, it went to 150. I'm like, man, this shit got to be coming down. This is bullshit here. You know, man, that shit
That's
is
what I was thinking the whole day, Luther. I'm like, it can't keep going
unreal.
up, man. It can't keep going up.
Right?
It's unreal, man. And they tell you, and then you hear a lot of them be talking about, man, don't chase price. Goddamn lie. I'm gonna start.
Listen.
I've been noticing shit. When you get them big ass candles, I'm gonna stop listening to motherfuckers. Talking about, don't chase, wait on the
I'm not gonna chase
pullback.
it.
Well,
I wait
it's a
for it to
lot of
come
times
back.
that shit don't pull back. You just got to go. I be telling motherfuckers that shit instinctual. All that bullshit. Wait on the pullback. Wait on the touch. We don't know. All that shit is instinctual, man. Because everybody looking at a lot of different shit. So that shit just be pissing me off, you know. You just got to find something. Like I'm still searching for something that works for me. But a motherfucker that was waiting on a pullback, you never got one till the motherfucker was up $11, $12.
Never.
Oh, you the pullback. Wait on the pullback. Jump in that bitch.
Nope.
I was telling myself, you try to be disciplined in this shit, but that shit be costing you money, you know. And you said some real shit. Listening, waiting on these alerts and all that. Turning your head left and right every time alert go off. Man,
Just lock in with one, man. Just lock in with one. Trust me.
you just got
Trust
to
me,
learn
Luther.
it.
I've been there. I've been there.
Learn
You guys
shit,
know my story.
Bro, let me tell you something.
It's a lot.
The thing is, bro, is that at some point, you're going to have to get in these trenches your motherfucking self and take that goddamn pain. And take that pain and learn from that pain. Because the day, you know, you man, I don't want to get in that shit, man. Shit be pissing me off, really. I just be like, you know, you try to be disciplined, and man, I ain't gonna jump in and pull it. I'm gonna wait to have a pull back a little bit. Man, that shit just kept going. I'm like, look at this shit here, man. It ain't even giving you a goddamn break. Like,
Luther, you had a winner today. Like, you had a win. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't worry about the missing out. Like,
no,
trust me.
Really.
I should have been in cars all day.
I can't worry about the missing out. I can't worry about the missing out because I done missed out all year. Shit, I can honestly say this here. I done been doing this shit for almost a year. I have not been in some shit that just, you know, because you just don't know how they react to that shit. You know, like how you see like a person like Zay that ride it. You got to experience that shit just one time. Then you can know how to act and react to it. When it's your fucking trade and you get in some shit and you ride and you experience that shit. Until you experience it, it's gonna be hard to make money in it. And I know it. I'm like, it's just the law. It's just the law of how shit works. Until you get your own trade, manage that shit, work that shit is not, you're gonna be up and down. And I'm like,
I mean, that's
your
a good point,
instinct telling
Luther.
you, God gave you an instinct. My instinct was telling me, man, jump in that shit. I'm like, every time, I'm like, well, goddamn, when the motherfucker gonna pull? I'm waiting on the pullback. 53. Waiting on the pullback. 55.
Yep. Yep.
Pullback. 58. Waiting on the pullback. Man, that shit was just gone. I'm like, man, this is some good. You know, all these rules, you keep having these rules, you'll never make a goddamn trade. You know
You
what I'm
gotta
saying?
have your own rules, nobody else's. And you said something that was important. I mean, because I'm not gonna lie, since I started doing my own thing, I've been way more profitable. But it's because you have a clear understanding of why you got into trade and what you're looking to get out of it. Now, when you're taking alerts, you know what I'm saying, there's a way to go about that too, but it's different than doing it yourself. So I will say for sure, once you figure out something that works for you, it's gonna unlock something in your brain that's gonna like make you feel like Superman. You know what I mean? But until that point, you know, there's ways to be profitable, but you just gotta find something that works for you, man, and
Got
just
to
stick to
find
one
something.
thing. One
You
thing, man.
know what's the craziest shit about trading is, and I'm like, your eyes, your mind is telling your eyes that you're not seeing what you're seeing. Your mind is telling your eyes, you see a big ass bullshit golf in Canada. Your mind is telling your eyes that's not real. When you see this goddamn motherfucker running, so how can you tell yourself, you know, this is the bullshit of trading, you know, and that's why I say it's a zero sums game because there's a buyer and a seller. What are you seeing? Your mind is telling you you're not seeing what you're seeing. You know, you're not seeing what you're seeing. You know, and let's go back to what he's saying. Trust yourself because you're looking at the shit. I know, Katie.
That trust only going to come from confidence, and that confidence is only going to come from being successful and winning. Until you start winning and taking some profits and taking in that, it's going to be that hesitation and that that uncertainty in a trade. But once you know why you got in when you said you was going to get in, you took profits when you said you was going to take profits, or you cut the trade when you said you was going to cut the trade. Until you start doing that, you're going to lose.
And
I joined the same time that MSC, at the same time Luther did. I joined like a day before, I think. And I've been listening to Luther. And man, you learned a lot, man. I mean, you call out like the trend lines, you call out, you know, you're talking about, you know, support and resistance, and you see all these things. I mean, from the time that we started, and I remember I started about a day before you that I joined MSC. Man, you've been seeing a lot of things, and you notice a lot of things like the strat and all that. I mean, I'm really impressed at you, and I really admire you because I'm trying to learn these things, and some days I'm a little bit slower at learning these things, and I'm learning, and I'm doing all right. But man, you're doing good, Luther. You're doing good. Trust me.
yeah, it's really, man. It's really, man. You got to trust your eyes, man. I seen this motherfucker go from 140. I'm sitting in my goddamn office. I'm like, Apple didn't do nothing all pre-market. Then you know this why you know the market's some bullshit, some manipulate. That shit didn't do nothing all pre-market. 15 minutes before this motherfucker opened, this bitch jumped from 145 to 147. I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
So you was thinking about swinging something the day before, or you was thinking about getting in calls when market open? Like what do you feel like you missed out on?
No, I'm looking at this shit. And this is where I'm having a problem with. You know, a person that's experienced and you get to seeing this shit over and over, you get to begin to see shit, you'll see them play the market, and you looking at like ball market and shit. This shit was down. Then the next morning, like right before the motherfucker open, it's down. Then they'll go down the morning. Then all of a sudden, not 10 o'clock, it just shoots up. Like out of nowhere, you know, they're just a bunch of bullshit. And it's just seeing the shit, reacting to the shit. This is telling you a stock jump from 145 to 147. Hey man, get in it open. This is just a clear sign to get in it open. And you see this shit, and you got to get your, like I tell a motherfucker, until you can get your mind to react to what you see, it's gonna be hard. And I know it. It's gonna be hard.
So that's what you said. Your issue was the fact that you saw it, but you didn't pull the trigger. You didn't get in when you said you should have got in. Is that what you're saying that you're sad about?
It's like, bro, it ain't even that. It's like you see something, you should be able to react something. Just like you fucking driving the car and you see a motherfucker coming into your lane, you're gonna react. You're not going to think about it, you're gonna react.
Yeah.
And this is, but in trading, it is hard to, it takes time. Like it taking, like how you now, when you pull your trigger, win, lose, or draw, you see it, you react. You don't even think about this shit.
You only get that way, Luther, and I've been saying this, you only get that way by, you cannot build up a trigger finger without using the trigger finger. And what I would say is, if you're hesitating pulling the trigger, you might need to size down. Like, okay, instead of doing $1,000 position, do a $50 position. Just get used to getting into the trade when your mind tells you to get into the trade. And if you're at doing a smaller size, then you're not as anxious about losing $1,000.
I did that today.
That's the only way you can beat that. You just got to keep doing it, though. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. And if you're hesitant, then it means your position size is too big.
Yeah. As soon as that motherfucker broke, I already pulled the trigger. It went against me too, and the only reason why
cut it.
No, it went against me, but it's still open below the trend line, so that's why I didn't cut it. And it ended up running. I took like 46%, but it ended up running damn.
Man, you took 46% and you complaining about something?
But it ended up talking
about. That's awesome.
Man, you better stop playing, Luther.
The thing is,
I rarely take 40% on trades.
But it ended up running damn near 150.
But you can't control that. You cannot control that. And that's how you're gonna go broke, worrying about or trying to stay in the trade longer than taking your money. I'm telling you, man, you get 40% on trades, man. If I'm rarely gonna see 40% with a full position. That's gonna be a couple runners, if anything.
The thing is, bro, is that you got to be a fucking robot in this shit.
Yes.
And until you can be a robot and actually be like, you know, instead of trying to, this is the kind of trader I want to be. And I hope people can listen to this. This is the kind of trader I want to be. I want to get into something. I want to manage it. I want to add to that motherfucker. Because if it's going my way, if what I saw is right, I want to add to it. I don't want to be looking at that. I want to add to that motherfucker.
That's it.
I'm trying to learn this shit to get money. And maybe my problem is I'm trying to go after the money instead of going after the execution, because that's what I want. I want to get into something where I can add to it. I get the trim and all that shit. That shit good. But you got motherfuckers making some real money in this shit that really know how to get in and add to that motherfucker, and what you thought is right, you can keep going, because if you're doing a trend line break, you're doing it on a 1 minute. But just imagine I saw a trend line break on a weekly.
Whew.
That motherfucker, that's when you get the money. I saw a WPC. I had this trend line roll on this motherfucker for a long time, and it finally broke. Do you know that motherfucker broke for damn near $20? This is the kind of shit I'm trying to do. And the trend line break work, but you got to find these like a video. You got a trend line on that motherfucker. Like I think once it break 140, something up there, it's up there. But once that motherfucker breaks something like that, you might get a motherfucker $30 move. You see what I'm saying? So it's that I'm trying to really learn this technical shit to get the real money. You know, the 15, 20, $30,000. That's what I want. You know
On one play?
I'm gonna get that shit.
On one play?
Huh?
On
No,
one play?
If you add to the motherfucker, if it's going your way, just look at
How often you think that happens though? Like, be honest. Like, how often you think people make $20,000, $30,000 on one play?
Institutions doing this shit, why
But
can't
you know
they?
how much they're leveraging to do that?
No, you don't, because if you get in the stock, just imagine you get in the stock, and Nvidia was at 108 not too long ago, and you get a 6-month contract, and this is where we missing the ball. You get a 6 months out contract or 2 contracts, and that motherfucker go from 108 to whatever 140. It went to 138 right now, whatever. But you ride that motherfucker the $20, and you get that motherfucker, you get that motherfucker close to the money. Just imagine where that shit at now. I can just imagine where it's at.
You can't. But
This is where the money at.
Hey Luther, that's what people are doing with Amazon and Meta. I promise you, there was a bunch of people that bloated up some leaps on Amazon today for 2 years out or even a year out at a certain strike price, and they're going to probably hit. And there's probably people that took some 2025 call options for Meta. So Meta's
Motherfuckers run up.
8 years lows.
The motherfuckers run $20, $30, man. You making a killing on technical analysis, and I think that's where I need to go to. But I'm gonna go to smaller stocks. I said I'm gonna do that this week. I'm gonna go to these smaller stocks and start trying to play these plays where you can add to these motherfuckers, man, and not just run from it. Add to the motherfuckers, and don't, because you got the time.
So you cool with swinging them then. So you were good. So you rather swing it.
I'd rather motherfucking swing the motherfuckers, because the money is in the money. If it's going your way, and if you know, and you just know what's going on in these where's the money going at? These motherfuckers just made a motherfucker probably been plotting on some of these stocks. Like, I was trying to get an ABBV for months. For months, I was trying to get in that motherfucker. And you know, I had my alert, and it never hit my alert. And then by the time I checked on it again, the month was at 140. It went all the way to 150 something before it pulled back. I guess it had bad earnings. But we got to start catching plays like that. I'm not good enough. I got to find some kind of way. I can't be doing this shit every day, not making it. You know what I'm saying? I just be like, I got to figure this shit out, man. That's how I be thinking. I don't know where I'm missing, but I know when it's gonna come, and I got to find my niche in this shit, man.
Luther, you see what Kim just asked you in the chat about, have you looked at futures trader? It's just straight patterns, trend lines, and price action. No theta, no nothing.
I need to do something.
You may like it because of the leverage, because it seems like with you, Luther, I think I think one of your problems is, I don't know if you want to admit it or not, but I think I've asked you this before. I think you need to ask yourself, how much money will you be satisfied with making either a trade or a day? Because I think you know the patterns, and I think you're chasing the money, but then, which is fine, but you need to ask yourself on a proper risk management account, how much money would you be willing, that you're happy with making a day? So if you're happy with making $500 a day, you need to ask yourself, how big of an account with proper risk management do I need to have to make $500 a day? Is that a $10,000 account? Can I make it off a $25,000 account? 2% of a $25,000 account is only $500 a day. $5 a day. That's one play. That's one play at 20%, I think. If you do 10% of your report, $2,500, yeah, 20% of that is $500. So yeah, so you got to just ask yourself. I think that'll help you too. I think that's a mental thing for you. Like I think you need to ask yourself in the mirror. You may not want to have a small account because it may not do nothing for your psyche. Because you, like you even said, you're looking for those bigger gains. So maybe if you have a bigger account, you can size up to get to a point to where you can make that type of money every once a month or however you want to do it.
Great point. Great point.
Yeah,
That's
true.
the key, man. Like
True.
how much you want a day? Like my target is $1,000 a day. That's it.
So if I can make $1,000 a day, if I can make fucking $300 a day right now, just to start off with something at work, I'll be happy than a motherfucker.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, but see, you got to ask yourself though.
That's facts right there.
Are you willing to have even if you was to have a big account, right? Are you able to manage your emotions since you're taking on bigger size? Say you with a $25,000 account, right? And they say, well, you can use between 5 or 10% max per trade. Will you be mentally able to manage a $2,500 position? Knowing that you're doing proper risk, you're not full porting, you're not going over your size that you should per port, but mentally, can you manage a $2,500 position?
Yeah. I can't do that, and I ain't gonna even lie. The first thing is, bro, I haven't even found nothing that motherfucking works for me, and that's the reason why I can't go out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
You can't go out like that because I haven't found nothing that works for me. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of motherfuckers be saying they done found this and found that, but until I find something that works for me that I can just go to every day and be like, okay, this works for me. And like I say, I just got to buckle down and just find something that works for me. And I'm not trying to be in front of no fucking screen like that all fucking day. Looking for a motherfucking play. I want to get that shit early in the morning and be done with that shit. That shit ain't, that shit like a job. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a job. I was in my truck this week. About the second day, I was disgusted with myself. You know what I'm saying? So,
Luther, man, it's like, okay, you be on live trading with Pastor, right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I literally learned Pastor's strategy. So I trade his opening range breakout. I mean, I'm not as good as he is with it, but you can just literally say, Pastor, let me get a one-on-one or whatever, and he can teach you his strategy, something basic, and you can just do it every day until you get better at it. I mean, like, it's literally that. I mean, it is such an easy strategy, man. And this dude wins a bunch. He doesn't win nobody wins every time, but he's an 80% plus winner.
Yeah, let's
And he
go over
trades in
that
the first
strategy.
hour of the day. That's it. 1 hour a day. And he makes his money.
yeah.
Quentin, who you talking about?
Pastor.
Oh, Pastor. Yeah. Okay.
This dude literally trades one strategy. Opening
Yep,
range
he
breakout.
does.
And I've been trading with him now since June was when he first started. I probably made, I don't know how much money I made with him on his call outs. But again, he has a simple strategy. 1 hour he trades. He either wins these 2 trades or he loses one or wins one. And he's super profitable. Like that sounds like something that would work good for you, Luther. Like learn his open range breakout, put $500 on a trade, he has a 10% stop loss and a 10-15% take profit. Literally, you do that 2 trades, that's $150 a day. You might lose one here or there, you lose $50. You win 2, that's $150. Like things like that to build your confidence in one strategy. And that's why I rock with Pastor so heavy, is because he has a simple strategy. I can follow it. Even when he doesn't trade, I can trade it. And then I learn my own strategy, trend line break. And now I got 2 strategies that I can trade every day, no matter what. And I'm going to win 8 out of 10 of those trades, period.
Amen.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just try that, Luke. I mean, just try that. You know what I mean?
Hey, I ain't gonna even lie, bro. I was sitting here today saying I was gonna do all trend line breaks, and I got Apple on one side, and do you know ain't now fucking trend line break, but the Netflix one came up, and I'm just like, you just can't make some of this shit up. I was just kind of disgusted with it.
But some days you're not gonna get it. Like I think
But why
one day this week.
the fuck my day, the day I'm sitting up here looking for this motherfucking shit, this
That's
shit
one
don't
day.
show.
That's one day.
It takes time, Luther. It takes
Like
time.
literally, I caught tutors
Motherfucking
in the
day, I'm
morning.
sitting my ass
I
here.
waited 3 or 4 hours before I lost that another one. Because
Listen.
again, I'm sticking to my strategy.
Listen,
But
I
it's not
sat in
gonna
my
happen all the
truck.
time.
My queen, listen to this shit. I sat in my truck watching all these trend line breaks this week. The day I get fucking home, sitting up here looking for a fucking trend line break. Ain't none of these motherfuckers show. All I see this motherfucker just go up all day. I'm like, well, what the fuck the trend? When is SPY gonna break the fucking trend?
That's a
Don't do.
Luther.
You
Days
see
like
this
this are
this
not that
bullshit I'm
common.
talking about.
These are not common days. The market doesn't run up all day like this. Today was not a common day.
Hey,
You can't use today
I'm
as a
telling
standard.
you, but I'm telling you what happened to me. I sat up here and watched you do a trend line break in my goddamn truck. I came to can't pull over to get in the trade. I got 10 on while I'm driving. In the fucking day, this shit don't do any motherfucking thing but go up. So you tell me how I'm supposed to feel about this shit.
That's fact right there. I hear you, Luther. That's right.
You tell me how I'm
I seen
supposed to feel about
I
this
seen
shit.
that too. I seen that too clearly.
You tell me how the fuck I'm supposed to feel.
It's one
You
day,
made
man.
$1,000 this week. I'm trying to get some of this shit today. I said, boy, this is the day I'm gonna do for all trend line breaks. And Netflix, it did it, but it didn't do shit. It needed like 2 candles. It did a little something. It did a little something. But what happened the day before? What happened to that? The day before, this motherfucker shitted. It broke a trend and shitted. The day I'm sitting up here watching this motherfucker go up all goddamn day. Reversal. And it was on a Friday. Out of all days on a Friday, this bitch ran all day Friday.
I know
Friday,
that
you just
that
fell
shit
off.
was ridiculous.
That's
All day.
hey, but you know what? Hey, you know what? This is why. Hold on, real quick. This is what I was saying, Luther. This is why I was saying today. Like a lot of times on Fridays, you always hear people say, "Play with profits, play with profits." If you see an opportunity, you take it. Yes. If you didn't trade today, or you didn't, depending on your situation, you missed a banger day. There was a trending day. There was no chop, so anybody could have made money. Scalpers, day traders, whatever. Even if you swung some calls and you were down and open, they definitely went 100%. After that. So today was an opportunity. So sometimes you just miss them.
Yeah, the day I'm
One
thinking.
of them days.
And then another thing I got to stop doing, I got to accept that, hey man, you got every time shit be going up, I'll be thinking of counter. And then when shit going down, I'm thinking about counting. And that's something I got to work on, stop that shit. I'll be thinking about the counter trend all day. But this shit don't keep doing. They say, boy, the market you keep running more than you can stay solvent, boy. Boy, because look at here. Look at that flag on QQQ. I'm not even thinking about that shit.
You know what else helps me a lot, y'all? It helped me a lot when I was trading beginner. Is stop looking. No offense to no offense to like no discourse, and no offense to no discourse. But I don't care what people post on profit and loss, because sometimes that makes people disgruntled, and it makes
you goddamn right it do. You damn right that shit.
It makes you feel like, why can't I get like this? Stop looking at the profit and loss. I mean, you post your profits, but don't worry about what somebody else is doing. If you see somebody else hit 400% and you hit 40, don't make it disgruntle you.
I ain't gonna never do that shit there, because I know people get this, because I know it have an effect on people. I'm gonna always remember all these struggles I went through.
Yeah, that's what got most of y'all. That's what got most of y'all in the trading options. Y'all saw somebody with some big gains or a car or something you like, and you're like, well, how did you get? You're trading options.
Damn right. I want
And then you notice like, damn, it's not as easy as it looked.
that
And
shit
you don't
too.
know how and you don't know how much money they're trading with to make that $10,000 on SPX calls or a Nvidia swing, or you don't know how much leverage they put up, how much bread they put up to make that $10,000. That $10,000 may have only been 10 or 15% of whatever.
I'm tired of this shit. Eat that, boy. I want me some of that.
Shit, like you said, Kim, some do be lying.
Too
Those type of
much.
people you stay away from. Post your quarterly P&L. That's what So
Facts.
Oh,
And if they not calling alerts and you can't follow to see if they're winning this stuff, listen, man, that's the realest thing. If you can see, if people are calling out alerts, you can say, okay, I see what so-and-so called this alert, and I see what I can actually follow what happened. Other than that, it might be a bunch of bullshit. No disrespect, but if people ain't consistently winning, and you can't, and they can't show you that track record, but they can show you this other stuff, I don't know.
Hey, Quinn,
they even took the play and called out.
If I can't do it, if I'm gonna be getting called out, best believe I'm gonna be in Kissimmee with you. As soon as you pull the trigger, I'm gonna be pulling that motherfucker with you.
Hey,
I gotta go to Atlanta. If I gotta go to Alabama, if I'm gonna be getting called out, I'm gonna be right there. When he pull the trigger, I'm gonna be pulling the trigger, motherfucker, with him.
Pull the trigger. Like I said, Luther, all you gotta do, like I told you last week.
I don't want to be waiting on no goddamn bling. Then I got to look and sign the contract. I want somebody to say, hey, man, we finna do this shit here. All right.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Like I said, rock out with me.
Hour and a half. How far I'm from Casino? About an hour and a half. Shit.
From where?
I'm from Jacksonville.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah. 2.5 hours. About 2 hours.
Yeah, about 100 miles, 130 miles, 140 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You're gonna be a good trader, man.
I ain't gonna sit up here in line.
You're gonna be a good trader.
I sat up there all day. I say, boy, I'm waiting on that Queen trip, that break. And the only reason why I got on Netflix, because I seen Zay. I kept hearing Zay alerts, and he told me he up. I'm like, what the fuck? Where is it? I see he in this big ass candle. Once again, they tell you, don't chase. Don't chase. But look at that big ass candle. For 15 goddamn, for 30 minutes, this motherfucker went down. But they tell you don't chase.
Listen, definitely don't chase my plays because my no, you don't. If you Zay is a day trader. Zay is not a scalper. So Zay is gonna get 50, 60 percenters. Zay is gonna get that because he's playing on a different thing than me. So you can probably chase Zay's a lot more than you can chase mine because they don't move the same way.
But they say they don't chase, but Netflix went down, which I told you it was gonna go down anyway. I said that shit. Well, Dennis was talking about this motherfucker finna drop like goddamn hot sauce. Everything was in the market going up. This motherfucker didn't do any motherfucking thing. But Zay was in the trade, and I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, well, I guess I got to wait on it to pull back. It did pull back. I got in the trend line break. But they tell you don't chase. But for 30 goddamn minutes, the motherfucker went from $2.99 all the way to $2.91. You could have got it any time in that shit.
A day like today is not a normal day. You can't. This is not the rule. This is the exception. Rarely when you're day trading, when you're doing this stuff, days don't run like this. So you can't use today as the example. You don't want to chase a play that's already up 20%, 30%. Why? Like you're in no man's land at that point.
This was puts.
Don't matter. I'm just saying, any play, if the play is already up from when they alerted it on a regular day, and you see Zay's call is up 20%, 25%, you might not want to jump in at that point in time.
So
that's called chasing.
Telling me, so if my eyes telling me this shit's still going down, it don't even matter when it's still motherfuckers getting inputs.
Well, that's cool.
The motherfucker went down for 30 minutes.
But that's you getting in a trade based on what you see and not Zay's call out. That's a different thing.
But they tell you, but they tell you, you're not seeing this mother. Oh, it's gonna go back up. It's not making that big ass engulfing candle. Don't believe that. It just went from 299 to 297. Oh, now it's at 295. Don't chase. Now it's at 293. Don't chase. Now it's at 291. You telling yourself this shit over and over again, but you done missed all the goddamn money. Talking about don't chase. That ain't chasing. It's showing you the going down. Trust me, I see.
Listen, Luther, you're confusing two different things. Chasing and getting in a play because of what you see is not the same. Like I just said, if you just simply going on Zay's alerts and you're not looking at the chart to analyze and make a decision on your own, that's different than just taking the alert. You're saying you're not chasing at that point. You've seen the chart, you've made an analysis, so now you're choosing to enter a play because you still believe you can get 10, 15, 20% more of a downward move. That's not chasing. That's you entering a play. Chasing would be, I got into Quinn's call. Quinn's call is now up 30%. I'm going to get in right now without looking at anything else, hoping it goes up another 30 or another 20%. Those are two different things, Luther.
No, and you're right. But I'm just saying of how your mind will play tricks on you. You know, I just start watching Netflix. I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker dropping. I'm gonna wait on the
get in puts.
I'm gonna wait on the pullback. But all the while, I should have been fucking with this candle because even though I got in, I could have held for, which I should have held for longer than that. But the money was made. The real money is always made. Look at this. This motherfucker was at 301. It dropped $10 in fucking in the hour. A motherfucker could have made a killing in an hour. And this is the thing I'm trying to train my eyes to see.
Hey Luther, that's why I think you gotta just utilize watch list so you know what's coming. So like if you like you said, I'm taking Zay's plays. If Zay put out a watch list and what he looking at, you already know what he looking for. So as soon as if it matches what you matching, you can just trigger and go at it. You ain't gotta be second guessing yourself. And then by the time he in and he got a sniper entry and he already up 15-20%. And he's trimming. And then once you see the word trimming, then you're gonna say, damn, I'm not even gonna get in. But then you get mad at yourself if it goes another 100%.
Netflix. I don't know what Netflix gonna do.
Let's pull it up, Moody. Go ahead, pull it up on the daily. Go ahead. What's up, Moody? Pull up Netflix on the.
She got two doges. Yeah. 2 doges. Shit.
All right, pull up Netflix and spawn the daily or weekly. Jordan and Moody.
Looking at the motherfucker. I'm looking at it on the daily. Got made 2 doges 2 days in a row. What is it trying to tell me? I just told Dennis, I say, man, this shit going down. I just need to start trusting my motherfucking. I be seeing shit, but like I say, my mind be telling me what the fuck going on with that. I probably need to see a strength. Start believing what I see.
See, there it is right there. Moody got to pull it up for you on the daily.
Actionable signals. Get ready to happen. Right? It'll make 2 down. It's it's saying something. It's an inside ball, and it's a 2. Last 3 days made a 2-1-2. You tell me what I think. Shit. I'm thinking the motherfucker going down. They got to do something. They got to retrace some of that. Damn. Look at all this money, man.
Luther, man.
You trying to play that gap field. I know what you're looking at. You're looking at the gap that everybody in the world looking at. They want to play that gap field. and they think it's just gonna go straight up. It's not just gonna go straight up because there's, I think a lot of people think that gap was gonna get filled immediately, but it can consolidate within that gap range.
Look at this shit here. Don't chase. Look at Walmart. Look at Apple.
Hey Moody, can you pull up SPY on the deal?
Pull back. Wait on the pullback. The pullback coming. It's me. He waiting, motherfucker. We taking this bitch to the house. Taking this bitch to the house. Look at Walmart. Look at Walmart today. Look at this shit. Don't chase. You didn't see that big ass engulfing candle this morning. Look at that 845. No, you don't get in. Wait on the pullback. That bitch went all the way to 142. And I'm still waiting on the motherfucking pullback.
You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen when you don't wait, don't it? Next time you don't wait, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's gonna pull back on them.
It's gonna pull back and reverse.
Yep.
And then he gonna be sick.
Wait on the pullback. It's coming. Oh,
man, Luther, man, like you got to take the emotions out a little bit, man. Like you like, I mean, I like.
I'm gonna take Luther to the casino.
Break that, Queen. All day. Tree line. I'm waiting on the tree line.
I was waiting. What you mean?
She didn't do shit.
I wasn't emotional by it. I was waiting.
Quit. This is the bullshit I do. I say Netflix going down all the while. I'm waiting on the goddamn tree line break. I'm sitting in this chair. My wife ran me out the goddamn house. I didn't even go.